Okay, there it is, Citroen. So what we're going to do with it is, we're going to do the we're going to do the air filter, oil change on it, and then we'll get that done. I believe from reading it, changing the air filter needs a pain in the arse. What we'll do, we'll try and get you in so you can see. Let's get this done. Okay, so I'm not really sure how much you're going to be able to see from on the camera when we get the boot open, so what I'll do is I'll put the chest mount on, the old GoPro, the old GoPro Hero 3, if anyone wants to sponsor me, buy me a new one, feel free, but if not, anyway. We'll go with the old GoPro, we'll put the, we'll just swap videos. I am going to be using, what I'll try and do is I'll try and point out what I'm doing. I've never done it on this before, so it's going to be a little bit different. I believe it's a bit of a pain in the arse to do. But we'll get the bonnet open, we'll have a look inside and we'll take it from there. So let's jump over to the GoPro. I'll keep this camera rolling, I'll keep it next to the car, I'll try and show you what I'm doing as I go. But like I say, I'm not convinced you're going to see a whole lot, but anyway, let's go on to the GoPro. So as you probably gathered, this is not a GoPro, you're absolutely right, so I had issues using the GoPro. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a talk over. So with the air filter being sat right at the back of the engine, to get it out you need to remove the induction pipe which goes to the airbox. That's just a really easy, simple pull and twist, that will then come out. You can pull that out with the bit that attaches to the airbox and that gives you a bit more access. Next thing you need to think about doing is moving the MAF sensor. That's a plug and it's I think it's 8mm bolts. I'm obviously talking over as I'm doing the job. So to get to that, what I did is I removed the power steering fluid reservoir. That was 2 8mm bolts. Two 8mm bolts. And then what I did is I undid the turbo pipe with just a pair of clip pliers. Again, that's a nice easy thing to do. So I then took off the MAF sensor pipe. There's 3 bolts on there, one at the bottom is an absolute pain in the arse, so just be really careful when you're doing it. What that gave me is that gave me access to the airbox. So the airbox just sits on 3 rubber mountings at the back, and there was no need to try and, well, you can't remove it, there's just not enough room. So what I had to do is I had to use I think it was Torx bolts. It's 3 Torx bolts. I think it's a what is it? I think it's a T40 or a T35. I think that's what it is. Unfortunately for me, mine were absolutely rusted to the inch of its life, so there was no way on earth they were coming out. So as soon as I put the bolt in, I ended up rounding it off. So then what I ended up to was, lucky enough, there was actually you can see now he's getting really angry and swearing at it. There's actually 3 torque bolts. There's 3 torque bolts. I ended up rounding off. So what I ended up using was a spanner, as I've done. I've just shown you there. Not a spanner, sorry, a screwdriver. And I just slowly but surely managed to unscrew them all. And that's me there taking out just the MAF sensor, the plug. I think I ended up removing it in the end. Once that's out, like I say, it gives you the access you need. I think what I've done in the video later on is I show you close-ups of where it is and how we get it out. But so all we do is we undo that. The 3 Torx bolts, 4 Torx. There is 4. Sorry. Because I had to use a small stubby screwdriver, it's absolutely for ages to get any sort of movement on me. They were actually stuck tighter than a tight thing. So we just ended up twisting and pulling and twisting until we finally got them out. So obviously there's me getting angry again, saying that this is the stupidest looking design ever. But it is what it is. So anyway guys, what I'll do is I'll let you enjoy the rest of the music, see my ass crack, and then I'll catch you in the next clip. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in or not, but what that you'll see from that is an absolute twat of a job to get off. There was lots of swearing, lots of me stomping round. But anyway, I've got the top of the cover off, so we'll go in. So basically what you've got to do is there's 3 bolts. One here, one just to the back here, and one in the corner. There, because there's not enough room to get the airbox out. So what you have to do is disconnect the MAF, disconnect the brake servo, and take out the air pipes, and it gives you enough access to unscrew those bolts. But I'll tell you now, they're an absolute bastard. So what I'm going to do is I'll get the airbox off, get it out, and get the top off, get the filter out. So I find out I've ordered the wrong filter. Really difficult one-handed. Yeah, no one's been changed for a while. Yeah, this is not a one-handed job. Let's get the cover off. Oh, we can pull all the wires with it. Oh, camera stuck. I get it out. There it is. Here she comes. Here it comes. There she goes. There we go. So yeah, she's pretty big, pretty bogging. That's been changed for a while, to be fair. But to be fair, it's not actually in bad nick. But anyway, that's the old filter out. Get rid of that. And put the new one back in. So basically, it's just a reverse of everything we've just done. So I'll put you back on the tripod, hit the time lapse. I think I'll probably time lapse the last one because, yeah, not good. Not sure how much is getting on the GoPro. We'll check the footage later. But anyway, let's hit the GoPro, hit the time lapse, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so I can honestly say that is probably one of the hardest air filters I've ever changed. Right, so what we're going to do, we'll hit the time lapse I've just said, go back into reverse, and I'll probably do a talk over the time lapse just to try and tell you what I've been doing, because I've been trying to do it and obviously I've not been able to because of the effing and blinding that's been going on. So anyway, we'll do the reverse of the time lapse. Well, again, I'll just talk over, and then we'll get on to doing the oil and the oil filter. So what you've got here, you've got me now putting it all back together again. So first thing, the air filter goes in, lovely bald spot Chris. Air filter goes in, back in the airbox, reseat the airbox, and then next thing we look to do is we're going to look to put back in the screws. Obviously the 4 screws came out, 4 screws have got to go back in. Obviously we're using a little stubby screwdriver, again, pain in the backside, but we managed to get them back into the place that they need to go, slowly but surely, with getting them back in. So that was a long drawn out process. Next thing we look to do is we're going to put the MAF sensor back in. Again, that's your 3, what was it for? It was 3T35 fittings. Again, just using the electric wrench, just buzz them back in. That takes seconds. Totally optional, the electric wrench. Then once all they're back in place, we're going to start thinking about putting the turbo pipe back on, back to the turbo. So that's the MAF screw just going in now. It's actually a socket, I'm talking rubbish. MAF sensor plug goes back onto the turbo using the pliers. Get that put back in place, just clip them on. You know, these pliers are absolute godsend. Once that's all back in place, we put the reservoir on, just buzz them back in again. They're almost like self-tapping screws. Airbox back on, airbox pipe back on. Obviously I can't manage to get it in. Again, that's just twist and fit back in, so obviously that's all back together. So there's me obviously just showing you where we go. Okay, so that's the car up on the ramps. So, I've chosen to use ramps for this instance. Personal choice, and I'm a bit lazy to get the arse jack of the car up. Even though the jack's out. Oh, come on, light. But anyway, so car's on the jack stands. What I'll do, we'll get under it, get the oil start draining, and then I'll work out where the oil filter is on these things. I think it's an enclosure, but I'm not sure where it is. In fact, yeah, I've just found it, it's down there. Just there behind the pipes that I've just taken off. So let's find a light. There's the light. So then the oil filter is just there. See the light under there at the top of the house in there. So we'll get that whipped out, get the oil draining, and then we'll top it back up. Then we'll run up temperature, and then yeah, there we go. Okay, so under the car, you can see that it's the sump. It's just there. Our plug's just there, so what we'll do, it looks like it's a 18mm socket, maybe 17. In fact, hang on, is that the sump or am I talking shite? Quite potentially. Yeah, that's the sump there. It's well burning oil leak as well. Sump there, it's pretty dry. So, come on, the light. Let there be light. There, so there's your sump. Anyway, we'll get that draining. That's finished draining. As you can see, it's lovely and black now. So what we're going to do, just using a 30mm socket, should just, he says, no, absolutely not, that's absolutely not 30mm, it's not much. So correction to my last, it is a 27mm socket, and this was fucking tight, this was like, so just crack that so it comes off. I think it's about there. Should just be hand tight now, hopefully. And hopefully this has been changed before in the past, but I've got full service history, so I'm hoping this is going to come off and it's not going to go everywhere. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, she's a good one, she is a good one. Trying to do this one-handed is really difficult, but there she is. It doesn't actually look like it's in too bad a nick. We've got a nice new one anyway, so let's get it changed. So putting the filter in, there it is. It's obviously just good practice to make sure that it's the same one. I managed to dump mine in oil, so we won't be checking that, but yeah, it's the same batch numbers, it's a box filter. They come with these little O seals, it's just mine in the box is just there, which just sits around the top of the, that's going to focus. Just sits around the bezel there. It's I'm sure make sure you change them. Obviously mine's pretty minging, so let's just give it a wipe clean. I know you can't see this, is really hard to do one-handed. Yeah, so you just need to yeah, speak off the tripod. Yeah, so I was trying to show you before is they come with a O seal. So there's the oil filter. It comes with an O seal which just sits in here. So you get a replacement one. It's a good practice to make sure you change these. It's actually slightly different, this one. It's slightly different. So you can see this is a round one. This is a square one, but we'll change it to see how it goes in 2 seconds. Correct tool for the job always, so just prise that off. Just before you fit it, just make sure you give the seal a little bit of a lubricant with your new oil, which I'll do shortly. There we go. Seal sit. Make sure you get the seal sitting flush. So it's not lubricated. Then you just pop it back on the oil housing, which is just down here. I think you can see it. And just screw it back into place. Obviously, put your gloves back on so you don't fucking get covered in shite. So I am. So that'll just screw on, let's see that one, just in there, just behind here, you can see that, just screw it into place there, and then just tighten it up with you've got a hand tight, just nip it up with a wrench. which is done. Okay, so next we need to do, I'm covered in oil, awesome. Get this off, oh lovely, yeah. Anyway, next thing we do, get this off the ramp, get it, in fact we won't have to some plug in, get it off the ramp, and then, well, some plug in, top it up with oil, and get it off the ramp. Then run it up to this temperature. So guys, that is pretty much wraps up servicing C4 Picasso that's on the drive. So we've done the air filter, we've done oil filter. I'm still waiting for the cabin filter to come, and then we'll drain the coolant as well. But anyway guys, thanks for taking the time to watch. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you like the video. Peace out and we'll catch you next one. What's going on YouTube, it's Chris back at Clive U Cars. We have got another not so exciting video today anyway. It's on the Berlingo. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be whipping the seats out of that today for a bit of a clean, and then yeah, we're going to give it a clean and we'll get it up for sale. Like I say, it's the 2012 Berlingo 1.5 HDI. It's 123,000 miles, so it's not in a bad nick. So anyway guys, this is what we're going to get up to today. Please join me for the ride. Let's get into this.